So let's give a shout out to the Eagles making it to the Super Bowl. Didn't think they were going to do it, but they did it. Pulled through. Awesome. All right, so brass tacks, guys. I was given the opportunity to go and investigate the Hell House LLC, or also known as the Waldorf Estates of Fear in Lehighton, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour and a half away, about hour and 37 minutes. Couple schmeckles and tolls. So, you know, I was on a podcast, maybe about a month, 6 weeks, not too long ago, and where they invite skeptics in to go over evidence and discuss what, I guess maybe trying to turn a skeptic into a believer. But, I just had questions right off the rip on the piece of evidence they showed me. It was a door opening and closing, and I'll put it in here, and we'll go over it. Right, the door opens and closes, and it's interesting. It's an interesting piece of evidence, but it's tough when you just get like that snippet, but there's no context to it, right? There's nothing, you don't know what happened right before that, or what happened right after that. We did hear some footsteps. So my main question during that, and I'll play it for you, was what's behind that door, right? Is there something behind there? And if I'm remembering correctly, during the podcast, they were telling me that there's nothing behind that door. It goes nowhere. You go into the bathroom, there's no exit. The only way in and out of that bathroom is that one door that's swung open and shut.
And listen, that door is not actually easily pushed open.
I don't like the force at which it was pushed open.
Yeah, that was definitely some force that it used to put. And there's no wind that could push that door. That's, like I said, that's a heavy door.
There isn't wind. Not inside the building. No.
Mike,
give it to us. Give it to us.
Can I see it again?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll play it again. My apologies. I don't normally hit the buttons.
Okay. Okay. So I need a little bit more of a layout here. Is that door going outside, or is that door going into another room?
It's a bathroom.
It's bathroom. The door goes to a bathroom.
Okay. So I was listening a little bit closer. It sounded like there were maybe a couple of footsteps after that. Was that above that I'm hearing?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pick up footsteps.
So listen a little bit closely. So as the door's swinging open and it shuts, maybe like a half a second or a second later, it sounds like footsteps.
Okay, yeah, let's do that again.
Okay.
Do you hear it?
I don't hear it.
I hear the door creaking, like you know how older doors when they settle as they're just
so I heard that at the end of so after it swung, you can hear it kind of settle, but like towards like the very end of the clip, it sounds like there's like I had to turn my volume up all the way to hear it. It sounded like two steps. I don't know if it was someone in there.
I definitely hear something after it, but
oh, you hear footsteps.
I don't know if it's from upstairs because we know. No, wait. There's nothing above that, is there?
So I know.
I'm trying to figure out where it is.
I know I can confirm that there is an upstairs. There is something above. I mean, so Hazel does hear the footsteps. There is something above, but the problem is that when we went back and reviewed like our clips and then went back with Angie and like talked about who was where during that time frame, there wasn't anybody on either side of the door. That's the problem. Like we know the timestamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I could hear footsteps.
Okay, so this muffled on the carpet comment. The only carpet right there by that door is where you can see the dining room itself.
Yes.
On the opposite side of the door. It's a haunted attraction in October. So they have it set up as like this super creepy bathroom with stalls. It's all tile. So what you hear wouldn't be coming from that room. Larissa, what is
the dining room?
What is a what?
What is above it? I don't remember because it's like maze.
Right above there is Theo's room, formerly known as Paul's room.
Okay.
We could have been upstairs. We could have.
So
I mean, we were definitely.
So I
Yeah. Go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just
no,
going
it's
to say
okay.
we were definitely walking around. So like that could have been upstairs. But Theo's room is also carpeted. The only place that's not carpeted in there is the bathroom and the staircases and the attic. Obviously.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was loud, probably because it was like right next to the camera, right? But would you guys have been able to hear all that creaking from above or possibly below that?
No, we didn't know what
No, I
happened.
don't think so.
Okay.
We looked at it at review and that's when we saw it. Like we were like random. We had 2 teams there that night also. So you have to think. So the house there's the basement. I'm going to give you the layout. There's the basement. And that is a little bit like that's like kind of detached, like to get to that. You wouldn't be around any of that area where the dining room was.
Okay.
There's a staircase to the basement that is back behind the bar towards the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
This dining room loops around to a maze of rooms. And then there's a staircase that goes upstairs to the Paul's room, Theo's room, and then a couple of other rooms, probably 6 bedrooms, six rooms up there, another hallway, and then another staircase up to an attic that has also another 2 or 3 rooms in it. So it's very wide and spread out. And we had 2 teams there that night, 2 tour going teams, and we had 2 free roamers. So during the time of the clip, we located the 2 free roamers had gone into the upstairs area of like where right before you go to the attic. And then our teams, one was in the basement and one was up in the second floor. So that could be the footsteps, whoever's up in the second floor. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I actually don't even hear them. I'd have to listen, I think, with my earphones, you know?
Do you have your phones next to you? You want to grab them?
I do. I have them.
Okay. All right. Our viewer, I'm sorry again, guys, that it doesn't give us your name. That's on Facebook. And there's a couple of you, I believe, here. So we're going to play it again for you. As soon as, all right. Here we go.
I heard it that time finally.
Yeah. I heard it at the very end.
I'm getting my Bluetooth connected to figure it out. So you'll have to play it again once I'm connected.
We'll show it again. Right before that, let's show this comment.
Let me connect first.
This is Hazel. I'm showing the comment. It's okay. Connect. Hazel says, I feel it is just a spirit that has some connection to the location and simply wants to be acknowledged. I would just talk to and ask it to leave if that's what you'd like.
None of the spirits there do want to leave.
No, they don't.
They don't. They're very happy there. My earphones are not connected. So, but listen, if you all hear it and I don't, then obviously there's something there. I can't personally speak on it, but what would your thoughts be on, like, let me ask you, do you hear the footsteps sound like they're on carpet or do you hear them kind of like on tile?
they're it's very muffled, so I don't believe if it would have been in there, if it's tile in the bathroom, the footsteps would have been louder, I believe. And I don't it sounds like it's either coming from above or below, right? Second floor or basement, right? Or under.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from above to me.
Yeah. I guess the bigger question is what would make the door swing open? Are there windows in the bathroom that
Nope.
a breeze
No.
could come in? Right? No.
I think there's windows in the dining room, but not in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Let me clarify.
Yeah.
They're all nailed shut. Everything is nailed shut. There is no opening of any windows, and the bathroom is completely closed off with a ventilation system because you have to have either the windows. So there's a ventilation system instead of windows. There's
There
no
are even doors.
Yeah.
Doors that you can't get out of because
Yes.
they've had so many issues with people coming in that she's got that place secure.
nailed.
Which makes it weird, right? But when we went to the location, that bathroom's actually a throughway. So in order to get to the second floor, and I'm sure you can get there other ways in the house. The house is like a maze because it's a haunted attraction in October, but not a haunted attraction for the rest of the year. But it's a haunted space attraction that they're selling tickets to for us to come and investigate. The Haunt. Right? But anyway, it's a throughway, and so there is another way to get through that bathroom, into that bathroom, is through the backside of it. And then there's stairs, and there's zero insulation. It was freezing cold. So you could hear someone sneeze all the way across the house, right? You can hear pieces of equipment going off. You can hear everything in that house. You can hear people getting text messages in other rooms, right? It was pretty crazy. So we had this experience. Me and another member of our team went, and the rest of our team was investigating in New Egypt, and they were I didn't want to stay. Not because it was scary. It wasn't scary. I didn't really feel anything. I didn't feel anything when I went in there. We investigated one spot. We investigated like 3 spots in the house. And apart from it being cold, there really wasn't much. We were getting a lot of REM pod activity downstairs in the basement in the cage, but also in the cage down there are giant breaker boxes, and our K2 was picking up signals from the live wires that were down there. There's cables everywhere. I mean, it's a nightmare. EMF and K2 wise. Also, if you have your REM pod, all those, it could definitely disturb that. So we took our REM pod from inside the caged area in the basement, where it was going fucking crazy, and put it outside of the caged area where there were no wires around it, and nothing happened. Nothing was going off with it. It wasn't doing anything. It was dead quiet. Ran a couple of EVP sessions down there. Didn't catch anything. So as far as anything, by definition paranormal, something that you can't explain, but you can sort of explain it, but you don't know if that's it for sure, was the REM pod that was going off. I couldn't tie it to anything other than that by itself, which hopefully we're all on the same page as that not being direct evidence, right? It's more, it's one piece of the puzzle, but without a corroborating piece or an intelligent factor to it. Maybe if they're smart enough to touch it, they're smart enough not to touch it, or if they know that it's there, then are they sensing other things? I don't know. Anyway, I cannot explain that. Didn't seem paranormal, ghost wise to me. So we went upstairs from the basement into the bar area where we had all our stuff set up. And we set up cameras all over the place, in the kitchen, in the bedrooms, upstairs, and all the notable hot spots that were told to us during our walkthrough. We put cameras up. So, and we're still going through all that. I don't want anyone to think that I'm being premature here. There's still things we're going through. Okay. We are scheduled to go back on March 4th to this location, but it just depends. So we were guests with another team that was there, and so we're going to be analyzing evidence with them. There were a couple of things that were a little questionable, but as far as me, I cannot give it. I can't. As of right now, I cannot give it the good old danger stamp of approval. Not to say that won't change later. I just can't do it yet. But I will definitely keep you posted if I can. But I do want to say that without seeing the rest of the video from before and after that door opening and shutting from the podcast evidence, I can't. It's very reasonable to say that there was somebody on the other side of that door that opened it and shut it, because there's not a camera in there, or at least if there is, we didn't get a camera angle of that to see. So yeah, but so yeah, I don't know. I didn't get any kind of feeling there. I didn't get a positive or negative feeling. I just didn't get any. Yeah. So for me, unless we see a full-bodied apparition, dancing the jig on top of the bed upstairs, I don't know if I'm spending $600 to take the team there. Just wouldn't seem like it would be worth it. I mean, I'd settle for anything at this point, evidence wise, but I don't know. To be continued.